That's cool. Salaki. It's good. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brother Ibad, MS Yahweh Ibad. I'm here with the brother.
Kanakla.
The brother.
Kwame Asolo.
And we come in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles, great millstone. All right, I also want to give single honor and salutation to all you sincere Akim out there constantly pushing this word in truth and sincerity. And I also want to give peace, blessings, and honors to also the sincere on 1/3, all right? And basically, if you're looking at the title, that we've been called to a royal order, okay? Understanding that we are the nation of Israel, when you go into the word Yasharallah, all right, the word Yasharallah means Yah, He, Shar, Prince, Allah, power. So we have princes of the power, all right? So when you talking about princes of the power, you have to be under a royal order. So the Most High has chosen an elect of His own people to go out and preach the word and also be a part of that order. All right, so that's why you have men on the highways and byways who are prophesying and preaching the words of the Heavenly Father. But they are part of their royal order, because we dealing with the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Bible. It deals with laws and statutes that basically keeps you clean, purified, royal. It keeps you holy. That's what the word holy means, to be separate. So it separates you from other people, because everybody's not royalty. All right, that's why this is called a Holy Bible. This is the Holy Bible. The separation of the collection of books. All right, and you go to the library and get all the books you want and read and study whatever you want. But when you come to this book right here, man can't teach you this book. The Spirit has to teach you. So you have to be called to a royal order in order for you to understand the parables inside of the Scriptures. That's why we give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So the Scripture says that there's a spirit in man about inspiration that does what? That basically gives him knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And that spirit is really the comforter which gives you faith. And that's a blessing in disguise. But nonetheless, though, we're going to go into the Scriptures.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood, all right? And when you go into the Old Testament, the priest was mainly the Levites. But the Heavenly Father said that we have been what? Stay with us.
It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people.
A holy nation, a peculiar people. Because going into Revelation, the 7th chapter, it speaks about there being 144,000, 12,000 out of each tribe. Right. That's going to be the royal priesthood. That's going to be those who are going to reign with Yahweh Shai for 1,000 years. All right. Those are the ones who Second Esdras, in the book of Second Esdras, the 2nd chapter, he spoke about us having crowns put on our head and Yahweh Shai being taller than all of us, man. We've been called to a royal priesthood.
It says that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness.
So we've been called out of darkness. That's why we're known as the children of light, because we have the light of Yahweh Shai, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
That's right.
Go ahead, Doc.
And to his marvelous light. Verse 10. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of Yahweh Shai.
Right, so we were not once the people, right? But now we are the people of the Most High. As a matter of fact, Salaki, can you give me Hosea 10? Salaki, Hosea 1 and 10. Baba Bashar, can you read it one more time, Baba Bashar?
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 10. It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of Yahweh Shai, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
And right now we're reading from 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter, to the 9th verse to the 10th verse. He said we was royal priesthood, a peculiar people, and we've been called out of the darkness. So we're the children of the light, so we have this knowledge. So those who are out there on the highways and byways preaching the truth of the Bible, all right, not going to church, all right, and, inside the harlot houses, going out there professing to the people, those are the prophets and those are the apostles, all right, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, and granted other brothers who also preach the sound doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha, all right, go ahead up.
Keep going.
No, matter of fact, go to Matthew, what you have. So Salaki.
Yeah,
no, you get that. No, you. Yeah, Hosea 1 and 10. Yeah, Salaki, I went off.
It's Hosea 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
So right now we are in that place, if you think about it, because the so-called white man claim to be what? The Most High's people. They claim to be the Jews. Yep. So now in the place where we say, oh, you can't be the Israelites, because when we out on the corner, people make mockery of us, they laugh at us. Oh man, you niggers, they pull out guns on you. You can't be the Most High's people. Look at you. You smoking weed, your women are harlots out here, your children drinking lean, popping pills, everybody's committing adultery, you eating swine. How can you be the Most High's people? So we are in that land. He started over again. Come, sure.
From the top?
Yeah, from the top.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Right, and that's here in America. That's right. United States of America, Central America, South America, even the brothers over there in London, the brother down there in Puerto Rico, the brother down there in Hawaii, the brother in Alaska. Hey, wherever we at, right? Go ahead up.
Ye are not my people. There shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
All right, so we're going to be the sons of the living God, which is what? Yasha Allah, princes of the power. So we call to this royal priesthood. All right, so we not niggas, we not spits. We not spit, we not niggas, we not spicks, we not coons and all that. All right, we are Israelites, man. We are sons of the living power. And then you have the daughters of Sarah, granted those women who follow Yahweh Shai in the spirit. Go ahead.
It's Exodus 19 verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Above all people. Go ahead.
That's the point. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
So these are the words we're supposed to speak to the children of Israel. And it goes back to Matthew 10 and 5. He said, go ye not to the city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, go ye not to the Gentile, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and let them know what? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Kingdom. If you're a king, you're royalty. All right? And if I'm a king, and if I have sons, my sons will be princes. And then they will have princesses. All right? But we don't have queens. All right? If you go into the etymology of the word queen, that means the word queen go back to prostitute or whore. We have princesses, all right? And princesses have tiaras, and kings have crowns on their head, all right? And you got something? Yeah, no, that was it on the spirit. Go ahead.
Kind of spirit. St. Matthew's chapter 13, I'm starting verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right. So Yahweh Shai was speaking in parables, and the disciples was asking, like, why are you speaking to them in parables? Like, they don't, why? Why are you doing that? Go ahead.
Come, verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
But to them it is not given.
So when you're thinking about doing the work of the Lord, or even knowing the knowledge, it means that this has been given unto you. You've been called into a royal order.
That's right.
All right, because there's even laws in here to tell the women how to conduct their children, and then tell the young men how to act towards their mother, also how to treat your sisters. And then it also gives you the order what the disciples and the apostles and the elders are supposed to do. Regardless of whatever your lot is, it's still a part of the body of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Chakadash. So when you understand these parables, they mean that it's been given for you to know, but not for them. And it goes back to them being blinded, not being able to understand the things that we can perceive right now.
Yeah.
All right. How are you? I don't mean to bring him out. Ben X, how are you an Israelite, but then you studying Muslim? You study being Muslim, Islam. Do you not even know, man, that the Roman Catholic Church, which was first ran by Jakes, wicked Moorish Jakes, all right, that they actually invented Islam because they wanted to subjugate the land of Jerusalem because they knew there was a holy land? All right, that's another story, but that's the beauty of this thing. We've been called to a royal order, man. How you gonna call yourself a prince of God, a prince of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, but then you gonna go follow another philosophy? Right there, you committed spiritual fornication, man. But that's another story, though. All right, you got that?
I got something for you.
All right, go ahead to the spirit.
This is St. John chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
So you have not chosen to do this work. When people, that's why they ask you in church what they say in church. Have you accepted quote unquote Jesus Christ as your God. When you accept something, that means you've been invited. It's like an invitation. Here, I'm inviting you to do this. No, it's not like that. You are chosen. Wasn't Jonah chosen? And Jonah, he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to Nineveh. Yeah. Oh, you wound up going to Nineveh after you was in that belly, the belly of the well, which you call hell, which is basically mean you in dire straits. You know, you in bad conditions, evil times. You know, go ahead up.
Come, and ordained you that ye should go forth and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
So you've been called to the royal order of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to go out and preach the word and to plant the seed so that you can have what? Righteous fruit, right?
Right.
Because what did Paul say? Paul said, I have planted Apollos of water, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua will give the increase. That's why the scripture clearly says a man should know what he ought to know. Every man's given his measure of faith. And hold on, how do you measure your faith? By your works. So it all goes back to the royal order, man. Not everybody's a jester. Not everybody's a warrior. All right? Or everybody in Israel is not going to be, so like all the men are going to be princes. Nonetheless, though, through the spirit. And the women are going to be princesses. But when you're thinking about the royal order, man, everybody going to have their position. Didn't I say 144,000 shall be with Yahweh Shai for 1,000 years? All right? The Lord said 2/3 going to be cut off. They got to come back after that. Didn't I just say in the book of Daniel that, I believe it's the 12th verse, where he said that they shall be ashamed in the kingdom of heaven? So it's an order to all this here. Didn't Yahweh shall speak to the 12 in Matthew the 19th chapter and said that you shall be sitting with me on 12 thrones? Spirit, you got it? That's what? Right here.
Come here.
Spirit, the water.
It's Matthew 19 verse 28. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Sitting on 12 thrones. The throne is for a king. All right?
That's right.
The throne is for a king. And granted, your princess would be there, so to say. But hey, a throne is for a king. And the king is going to have a crown and a scepter. And we're going to have ephods, man. But right now, we have to go out and do the work. Hey, you have to work before you party all week, Monday through Friday. What you do? You go to work, right?
Yep.
Granted. And then you had a weekend to, what you say, parlay? Man, just keep doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua because you call to the royal order, whether you 144,000 through the spirit, 1/3. Do the work. And then the kingdom of heaven, man, everything you need and ever wanted, you're going to be sufficed. But right now, through much tribulation, you got to go through that to get to be royal, man. Go ahead up.
Come, this is St. John, chapter 17, verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them.
Come.
Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Come. What was that again?
Come, St. John 17, verse 14.
As a matter of fact, bro, just go to back to 10.
Come.
Go to 10.
Come.
Hey, I was there. You was there.
Go ahead, bring it up.
No, go ahead.
No, stop, bring it up.
Well, you already started, bro.
Come. St. John chapter 17, verse 10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
So like you with you Jeremiah 1:5. Read it one more time, Bible Kusha.
Come. St. John chapter 17, verse 10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
So hold on. When we go out and do the work, are we doing it to glorify ourselves?
No.
Are we doing it to glorify men? We go out and do the work to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua. When Yahweh Shai came to do the business, what he told his own mother, when they were looking for him after the Passover, he said, "No, you're not about my father's business."
That's right.
He wasn't being disrespectful, but he let her know, I'm about my father's business right now.
That's right. Fear.
That's all it's about. It's about giving glory to Yahweh. That's what Yahweh Shai was doing. When you think about this truth now, we give glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Chakadash, by the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit has separated us from the world. I've given you a double portion of myself, like he did, like Elijah did with Elisha. Spirit.
Con, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
St. John chapter 5, verse 30.
Okay.
I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, And my judgment is just.
And that's spiritual. Is more on that?
Come.
Go ahead.
Because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me.
So we seek not our own will, we seek the will of the Father that has sent us. And hold on, Salaka, wasn't that part where it said something about he heard? What did he say?
Come. It says, St. John 5:30, I can of my own self do nothing.
Right.
As I hear, I judge.
As I hear, I judge. Now, with that being said, can you read that from Babu Shah?
It's Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
So before I formed in the belly, this is the Most High speaking to Jeremiah. He said, before I formed in the belly, I knew thee. Go ahead, up.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
So you ought to have been sanctified. That's why Yahweh Shah said, what? I have chosen thee. So when that was out there, was it Andrew and Peter? When they was out there fishing? If I'm not mistaken. When that was out there fishing, all right, Salaki, Yahweh Shah,
I shall make you fishers.
I shall make you fishers of men. But they didn't even know that from the beginning that they were going to be called to a royal order. They didn't have no idea. All I know is after they go ahead and get this clean fish and throw that other fish back in there. And guess what Yahweh Shah used it for a parable. Through the Spirit, didn't he?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, he got something. Go ahead. What you want, brother?
You said they didn't know, right?
Yeah, they didn't know.
Job 33, verse 17, verse 16. Then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. Is the point that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from men.
Ooh, so if you're doing the work and the purpose of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the pride not gonna be there. Yahweh Shai was the most humblest. Yahweh Shai was the high priest. Because it's through the Spirit, Malak Tazadak, we know. He was the high priest, because that's the same thing that Salakio. And Paul spoke about in the book of Hebrews. What chapter was that? The 7th chapter? We spoke about Malak Tazadak. You want to test it? No, you don't have to get into it. But nonetheless, though, he spoke about that. Yahweh Shai was the high priest, and he's calling us to do the same things he's doing. Did not Paul say, be ye followers of me as I am of Yahweh Shai? Yahweh Shai was known as the King of Kings. Good.
Kind of, I got something for you.
Go ahead, through the Spirit.
This is Revelations. This is Revelations chapter 19. Revelations chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou doeth not.
Beautiful. I
am thy fellow servant.
Right. So John the Revelator, he was down at the feet of an angel. All right. Yep. Go ahead up.
Come. And I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
He said, I'm a fellow servant and a brethren. That was an angel speaking to him. Okay, go ahead up.
Worship Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
So the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. So we speaking in the parables, you're going back to the prophecy. That's the royal order that you've been brought to. We're talking about the Son of the living power, Yahweh. All right, Alahaya Nawa. His Son chose us to do the work. Man, that's humbling. There's no sense in being prideful because you know what's to come. Because the rest will, matter of fact,
Matthew 13, I'm there.
Spirit.
That's the Spirit.
That's Spirit.
St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. It says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right. So it was given to us to know the mysteries of heaven. Matter of fact, what was that you just read again?
St. Matthew 13:11.
Go to 17.
St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired.
Read it one more time.
Beautiful. St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things.
And that's beautiful for you to say that through the Spirit. So like it for cutting you off because the Lord was speaking.
Spirit.
Hey, what happened in the book of 2nd Ezra? Was it like the 4th or 5th chapter? Because he wanted to know why these things were going to happen. The angel was asking him, can you bring back yesterday? Can you show me the image of a voice? If you can't do those things, I'm not going to tell you. So even Ezra wanted to know back then. And we look up the Ezra right now, Shalom. whoever that be.
All
right, even right now, man, the things that we know, it's humbling to you. It humbles you. In your mind, you're like, man, call on like how about Shema was shy. That's why King David was like, blessed is he that meditate upon the law of the Lord day and night. He said that in his first Psalms. You call to a warrior order. Even King David, he's a mighty man who said, King David said, blessed be the Lord who teaching my hands to war, to fight. Even King David said he making my feet like hinds feet. He was running like a deer. And it's not far-fetched because Gad used to do that. Gad used to hunt down deer on feet. He said, blessed be the Lord who making my hands bend a bow and steel. But he was so humble, he said he would just love to be a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven. Didn't that King David said that? He said, my cup overrunneth when he was talking about wisdom. He said, wisdom is too high for me. King David said wisdom was too high for me. And King David was a man that was after the Lord's heart, which is your mind. Why you think King Solomon will learn from his father too? Why do you think King Solomon said, I want knowledge, wisdom, and understanding over everything? Because don't you think King David was talking to his son? Matter of fact, it tell you that in 1 Kings. He spoke to Solomon and told Solomon what to do. Because he chose, man, come on, man, the spirit is beautiful. That's how humbling you have to be towards this truth. Humble. You've been called to a warrior order. It's a beautiful thing at the same time. Because you've been given the parables and the secrets from the living power of the universe through his son, Yahushua, by actually giving himself for a ransom. Now you can get that through the spirit.
Which one?
Matthew 20. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't in vain. You know, right now there's just a season for it.
Matthew 20 and 28.
Whatever you had, you know what's that.
It's Matthew 20 verse 28. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto,
right,
but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many.
So he ministered, meaning that he served. The high priest served. And what he did, he said he came to minister, not to be ministered to give his life for ransom for many.
I go back to this one. Let me get a quick one right here.
Yeah, I do that. Somebody has something.
This Romans, I think that's the brother.
Oh, you got it?
Michael.
Okay. Spirit.
Romans 9 verse 4. It says, who are Israelites, to who pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises. You know, so once again, we've been called to this royal priesthood, man.
That's right.
The scriptures say, we shall receive the services of the Most High, the promises, man. So we've been called to something great, man. All right, next scripture, Isaiah 43 verse 1. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. All right, so you gotta understand, the Lord has called you to come into this thing, man. You are his. So like the brother said, it's a royal priesthood, man. All right, it's a beautiful thing to come into this truth, man. It's special, man. Going back to what the brother said, Matthew 13 and 9, man. Blessed are your eyes for they see, man. Your ears for they hear, man. Okay. All right, because you've been called to put on those royal garments, so to say, man.
Right.
And right now we putting those spiritual garments on. All right.
That's the spirit, though. No, go ahead.
Come. Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
And with that being said, that's spiritual. Because guess what? Yahweh Shai said, I'm going to give you the comforter. The comforter gives you faith. You can't, and what it says in Hebrews, it says, it is impossible to serve Yahweh Bashem Shai without faith. That's right. If you won't have faith, you're not going to be doing the work. You're not going to keep the sound doctrine. Go ahead.
All right, this is a quick one. The point is in 3. Isaiah 48 verse 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, and make mention of the God of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the God of Israel. The Lord of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them, and I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. All right, so the Lord declares us things from the beginning, man. He gives those secret things unto us, man.
That's beautiful.
All right, that the secrets of the kingdom of heaven. All right, the things, the scripture say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man.
That's right.
All right, so he called us into this royal priesthood, man, to declare the things so we can know them. The scripture say even angels desire to see the things that that's been revealed unto us, man.
You're right.
All right.
You're right. You're absolutely right, brother. You got more on that?
No, that was it on that.
That was right. And the brother Rob Mayam, Israelite Foreigners, he sent a beautiful precept. Psalms 131:1. It says, Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor my eyes lofty, neither do I exercise myself in great matters or in things too high for me. You know? So that goes to show you, man, that goes to show you your measure of faith, but at the same time, the knowledge that you do have, it humbles you as well, because you realize it's not of you.
Right.
It's all through the Spirit, Matthew 10:20.
Right.
And it's so great, even to the point when King David was running. King David was running from his own son, right? He figured Yahweh Shema shot so much, he ran from his own son. And he was king. Ran from his own son. You want to know why? Because he knew knowledge of Yahweh Shema shot and the mercy of Yahweh Shema shot. And then he had one of his own countrymen throwing rocks at him. And King David, mighty man, was like, man, let me fall upon him, my Lord. I would let this dog talk to you like that. But he would say, if it be of the Most High, if it be his will, then let it be. Basically, like, if this rebuke will come upon me, let this rebuke come upon me. And he took it. That's why I said, be brought to a lower state, take it cheerfully. People take that for granted, but King David, man, he was running from his own son. All right? So he took that, he took it like, hey, if the Most High rebuking me, he rebuking me. But then through the Spirit, what happened when King Solomon became the king? He said, I remember what you did to my father. Do not leave out of this one city and you shall not die. He said, I remember what you did. That's like Yahweh Shema shot. The eyes of Yahweh Shema shot 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You see all that you do. So if you're doing this out of fear and out of faith and out of love, the Spirit will reveal everything to you that what it is what it is. What you're doing is through the Spirit. Because all you have to do is constantly go back here. Once you go here, that's it. They can't defeat you here. That's why Paul tell you to put on the shield of faith, the breastplate of righteousness, man. Helmet of salvation. Gird your loins with truth. And what is your sword? What is your offense? This word. That's why Yahweh Shai said, surely offenses must come, but woe to him who is offended.
That's right.
Hey, speaking of what the brother said, Paul, concerning Paul, this 2 Corinthians 12, verse 6. I'm gonna start at 5. Oh, of such and one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in my infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. For I will say the truth, but now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seemeth me to be, or that he heareth me. Unless I should be exalted above my measure through abundance of revelations, there was given unto me a thorn in the flesh. So, Paul was given all these. Paul was called to the royal priesthood, man. Beautiful. Paul was revealed unto. Matter of fact, you get Matthew 16 and 17, Bible shot. You know what I'm talking about, the one I wanted to bring up earlier, 16 and 17. All right, Paul had received all these great things, man. All right, but what the Lord gave him a thorn in his flesh. It says, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. All right, it says, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might be depart from me. And this is the point. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I will rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahweh Shai may rest upon me.
That's beautiful.
All right, so he received all those things, man. And what? He wanted to be healed of that infirmity. But the Lord said, my grace is sufficient for, this truth, this knowledge that I gave you,
that's beautiful.
That's enough, man.
That's enough.
That's enough.
And that's beautiful. You know? Elder Pastor Kabar just did the video saying, like, this truth is mercy. This this truth.
So you got to deal with that infirmity.
You have to deal with it.
Look what I get. Look what I've given you. I give you such great knowledge, such comfort, man. So you got to deal with that infirmity, man. That's how the Lord saying how gracious and how beautiful the wisdom and knowledge and understanding is, man.
Royal priesthood. Yeah, beautiful priesthood you brought out. If you think about that word buffet, you saying buffeted. If you ever had AOL internet, they used to always buffer. You know what I'm saying? Slowing you down. That's what happened. It slowed him down. Because he didn't exalt him above measure. That's why I remember Elder Pastor Horace, he made a joke He was talking about people who lukewarm, you know, when he was doing the ministry. And he said, if anything, I should be lukewarm. I would laugh. I said, I know why you're saying that, because, you know, for so long you've been in this ministry, especially with other brothers, other elders, I should say, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You know, you understand. So as you go in the spirit, you're gonna take on more and more atrocities. It tells you that in you give me
Ecclesiastes 1:18.
Spirit. You already going spirit. Yeah, it tells you that. So with much knowledge comes with great, you know, great sorrow as well. It weighs more in your mind, you know, because Yahweh Shai said, "He that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water."
Right.
So when you thinking about everything you're speaking, you have to speak truth. Because the scripture said it's not what goes in the man that defiles him, but what comes out.
That's right.
So you want to have that tainted water, that calcified water. You want to have that pure Avion water, that pure spring water, man. Living waters. It's constantly moving.
It's Ecclesiastes 1:18. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
So he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
That happened to
So
Paul.
it had the water spirit. That's what happened to Paul. Paul, he got sorrowful, you know, because he know a thorn was in his backside. Whatever the case may be, it slowed him down. But he kept doing the ministry. That's why the scripture said, "Fight unto the truth unto death, and the
Lord shall fight.
The Lord shall fight. Strive unto the truth. Strive unto the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you." That's basically what happened. Until death, he kept striving, and he would put to death as well.
Wait, all right. I'm gonna just get this real quick. Matthew 16:17. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Barjona, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. All right. So that spiritual understanding was revealed unto him, not by the men. All right, not by flesh and blood, but by the Spirit. So what? That was a spiritual gift. Yahushua revealed certain things unto his man, that flesh and blood, like no theological school can reveal unto you, man. The deep mysteries, all right. The mysteries of which one is that in 1 Corinthians? If they would have known this, they wouldn't have crucified our Lord. I got you. I know you know where it's at. I don't know where it's at, but so things are revealed unto us that the Heavenly Father hasn't revealed unto many men. All right. Oh, the one in Ezra's too, man. Where it says, "Show this unto a few like thee."
Oh, I got you.
You know what
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I got you.
I don't know the numbers. I got you. I just know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm there.
Yeah, man. Because the Lord is really, this knowledge is very precious, man, and it's a royal priesthood, man. Because what? We have to get ready to be those nations of kings and priests, and what? We have to start the inner man first. All right. We have to start renewing our mind first, right? And once you renew the mind and get the mind in order, the body follows, because the mind, the head is what controls everything.
Exactly.
All right.
What's the head of Yahushua?
Yahweh.
What's the head of? So who's our head?
Yahushua.
And who's the head of the woman?
The man.
Us.
Exactly. Order. You've been called to a royal order.
That's right.
You've been called to a royal order.
Order. Period. Order.
Exactly. Go ahead.
I got you.
You got it?
Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra, chapter 8. Verse 51. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
Search out the glory of such that be like thee. And what's gloriful is the scriptures, man. These words that we speak. You know,
only the elect can attain that.
Only the elect. Hey, they go back to Romans 11, right?
That's right.
The rest have looked for it, but they were blinded. But the elect have obtained it. And what does it say in Isaiah? He said he had delight in his elect.
That's right.
Who shall be a light unto the Gentiles.
That's right.
On 1 Corinthians 2:8. Right. It's like it. I'm sorry, 7. But we speak the wisdom of God, the Most High, in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory. Which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they wouldn't have crucified the Lord of glory. Right? And guess what? Esau knows the prince of the power as well. I mean, they still like the prince of the air, not the prince of the power. I went off. The prince of the air, because they control the airways too. You know, if you ever want to fly in any country, you have to know English. Have to. Right? That's the primary language here in America, which is the mystery word Babylon.
That's how you know the so-called white man Esau Edom is he was given the earth.
earth will give it to the hands of the wicked. That's right. And they control the airway. That's beautiful. And in Malachi, the first chapter, tell you who the wicked are. Esau. They're the border of wickedness. And the border is the beginning of something. All right? Like a boundary. If I'm driving from Florida to Georgia, it's going to say, now entering Georgia state line. I'm crossing the boundaries now. All right? The border. I'm at the border. And you're at the beginning of it. All right? So we enter into your world, into your land. Wickedness is all over. Filthy. And that's why we need a physician.
Micah 2:10.
Place is not your rest. It shall destroy. It shall utterly destroy you. Right? Pollute you.
Spirit. This is the one I was looking for actually. So right here. This 2nd Ezra 8 verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee.
And a few like thee. That's why I say the world right now is made for many, but the world to come is. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's
one. Salakia. I went off.
No, that was one in Corinthians.
Spirit.
I went down Corinthians. That's the one.
One I followed.
Yeah, that's
okay,
Spirit.
You did mention it.
This is Spirit. 2nd Ezra 8 verse. Read it again. 8 verse 62. These things have I not showed unto all men. Once again, that royal priesthood, you've been called.
I thought you was going here.
Yeah, it hasn't been shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. All right. Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders. So we have shown them the multitude of the wonders.
Beautiful.
Right, the secrets, that royal priesthood, that brothers Amos 3 and 7 that you brothers been talking about. You know, which thou will begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me then. He said, at what time thou hast not showed me then, 2nd Ezra 9, right? It says, measure thou the time diligently. Matthew 24. No man knows but the Father. But he gave us all signs and secrets on when we shall know that these things shall come.
Amos 3 and 7. Ain't that what you heard about earlier?
That's right.
He showed the secrets to the servant of the prophet. He do nothing. He showed his secrets to the servants of the prophets.
That's right.
Come.
Holy One of Israel, man.
Exactly. Spirit.
You gotta do nothing.
That's all I got.
Oh yeah, I want to back you up on that. And we're gonna close out on 2nd Ezra too. And you know how long about the crimes.
Say no more.
Because we call to a royal order.
Say no more.
I'm gonna bring out 2nd Ezra to show also that this is precious in the sight of. This is precious to us in the sight of Yahweh Shai, because we know that He's given us His word, because He spoke about it before. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse. This is Ezra speaking. I'm gonna start 38. 2nd Ezra 14:38. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Esdras. Esdras would also be Ezra in the Old Testament, just to let you know, right? This I say Esdras in Greek, I believe. Open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. And go back to that whole roll. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. Go back to the Spirit. All right.
Spirit is fire. That's right.
And I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast, for my spirit strengthened my memory. Stir up their pure minds. 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, the first verse. Stir up your pure minds. So when you started reading this, oh dang, that makes sense. It started to stir up your pure mind. Because you've been ordained from the beginning. What to go back? Malachi 3 and 16.
That's right. The book of remembrance.
The book of remembrance for those who thought upon the name of the Lord.
That's
and
right.
Kept His commandments. Feared His commandments, right? Back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 41. And my mouth was open and shut no more. Kept eating that roll. You got to eat every day. That's why you got to feed the sheep every day. If you're an actual shepherd, you got to feed the sheep every day. Matter of fact, I remember Elder Pastor Bar had said it. He said, if you take the winter off, all your sheep will die. You talk about IUIC.
That's why you say I'm doing my daily edification.
Daily edification. Now you see where I'm going. Okay, that's why Elder Pastor Bar said, I want to do my daily edification video. At least one a day. If you can, through the Spirit. You know? Verse 42. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and held not my tongue by night. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. But we only dealing with the 70. No, not the 70. So like an ITR. Remember that? Come on, man. You can't even understand the scriptures you got right now. Salakia. Verse 45, 2nd Esdras 14 and 45. And it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, this is the point, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. Remember that. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountains of wisdom, in the stream of knowledge, and I did so. That's why Yahushua was worthy to open the seal in Revelation the 5th chapter.
That's right.
It had to be sealed until the time came, which is the time is now. You gonna get that from me?
You want me to get that for you? I got you.
2nd Esdras.
2. I got you. 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 45. He answered and said unto me, these be
so I can go up, get the whole matter.
Okay,
the whole roll.
All right, I'm gonna start at verse 42. 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Sion a great people whom I cannot number.
Right, and that great people will go back to Revelations, the 7th chapter.
Yep.
Because it speaks about 144,000, but then John the Revelator said he saw a multitude of people he couldn't number. Why would you give 144,000 and then say you can't number these people?
The 1/3.
The 1/3 was there.
That's right. Men, women, children.
Men, women, and children.
Help to the prophets. All.
Help with the prophets. You know how to go.
Family members and all.
Exactly. Those who believe. Believers. Basically. The believers. The believers, basically.
That's it. Whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord. That was Shai with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature.
Ooh, he said with psalms, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Another word for psalms is song. Go back to Revelation 14 chapter. What it say?
That
new song.
Revelation 14 and 4.
Spirit. Spirit.
Okay. Taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads, he set crowns.
Ooh, Salaki, can you give me 2 Timothy 4 and 8? You can't read Bible for sure?
Kind of.
Oh no, Salaki. Matter of fact, read that one more time. Bible for sure.
2nd Esdras chapter 2 verse 43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, kind of shy, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
He set crowns, right?
That's right.
Keep going.
And was more exalted. That's right, which I marveled at greatly.
So crowns were put on the head of those who did what? The work.
That's right.
And endured.
And endured through the royal order, because you've been chosen.
That's right.
John 15 and 16.
Ephesians 4, all that. Right?
Jeremiah 1 and 4. And 1 and 5, Salakia. All right? Go ahead up.
So I got to start up like 3 verses.
If you want to through the Spirit. If you want to through the Spirit.
It's 2 Timothy 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
Make full proof of thy ministry. You got to give all diligence to make your calling and election sure.
For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
That's Paul. Go ahead.
This is the point the brother wanted. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
Cause you've been called. He been called to a royal order, right?
And he did what he had to do.
And he did what he had to do, and he endured to the end. Go ahead up. What's like it? No, go ahead.
Let's finish this real quick. It says, a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge,
the Lord is the righteous judge, which is Yahushua. Okay.
Shall give me at that day.
At that day.
That day,
that's when you know you saved. That's when you know you saved.
At the end. That's
at the end. That's when he that endure to the end shall be saved. So once that crown on your head, that's when you know our work is finished. Because a king, a prince is not going to do no work. We're going to be living up in the kingdom.
Kings have servants.
Kings have servants. That's going to be the heathen nations.
That's how it works.
And all our beautiful women as well. And they'll be in order with the children. Spirit, go ahead.
That's right.
Oh, it's more Salaki. I'm going off.
Just finish off the verse. It says, not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Salaki, one more time. Can you please read that?
And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. So the 1/3 as well.
The 1/3 is going to be there as well.
And at 144.
Believe on me through that word.
Through that word. John 17.
By the fruits of the preaching, man, to save those that believe.
That's right.
Exactly. Finish that up, Abu Kushab.
2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
How do you put off the mortal clothing? The scripture said, how shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the words, right? And then you also become baptized and washed by the word according to Ephesians 5:26. So we say those who put out that mortal, that means that you've been reborn again. John the 3rd chapter. Wait, how was I speaking to Nicodemus? He's like, so I had to crawl back into my mother's womb? You know how you a high priest and you don't know what I'm talking about? No, you gotta be reborn again as another man.
Through the spirit.
A new spirit. Exactly. Go ahead up.
And put on the immortal and have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
So now we are crowned and receive, you said palms?
That's right, palms.
Okay,
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?
So the one that was higher than all of us,
taller than the
rest, putting the crowns on our heads, the angel gonna tell Ezra who that was.
Verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, It is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them.
And we did confess in the world, man.
That's right, to this day.
To this day, we still confess. We confess it right now. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash.
That's right.
This is who we do it for.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
We believe.
No other reason, man.
Faith, man.
We wait. Us three wouldn't even be here right now together,
That's right.
man. If we didn't believe, bro.
Everything we went through.
If we didn't believe Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, bro, we would not be here right now, bro.
That's right.
We've seen, bro. We've seen what he's done for us, and bro, I can't speak on it, bro. Like
just knowing the mercy of God,
bro.
Just as long as you stay in order, you good. And the order is royal. So when you're dealing with the royal order, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that order is spiritual. That's it. It goes right back to, I never get the brother from Baltimore. He said, listen, you may be able to fool the man of the elect. The elect, but you can't fool Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The spirit, man.
That's right.
You know? So hey, it shows you who the Most High's people are.
That's right.
Who his servants are. It's not at TR.
He said, you shall know who are my disciples for the love they have towards one another.
Exactly.
You know?
God.
Hey, and if you love me, what you gonna do?
Feed my sheep.
That's it. Spirit, go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, It is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly. Fervent, going hard. Just like the brother down in Dallas when they eat him out, pull out the gun. He was so in the spirit, he was standing so stiffly for it. He didn't even hit a gun caught back.
He didn't even hear it. But the brother who recorded said, hey, he got a gun. He just said, he kept telling him, he said, come here. So he stood so stiffly because he was going by the spirit.
That's right.
He didn't even hear it, bro. But hey, or Psalm 34:7, the angel of the Lord encampeth around about him that fear him.
That's right.
And he was safe, man.
That's right.
They even might mark, man, for death.
That's right.
Fuck out of here, man. Go ahead.
For the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 48. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power have seen.
So the Spirit said for him to go and tell those things. But he said to hide some things. So that means that Ezra had to be here again today. Yep. Just like John the Revelator in the 10th chapter. So the men of the Lord are here today before you, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Chakadash, man. It's an honor and a blessing to be serving them powers, you know, to come up out of that darkness and you know, to bring forth the light of his spirit through us. Go ahead,
He's not unrighteous, forget your work and labor of love.
He's not.
This is the labor of love.
This is the labor of love. And going back to what we always say, we are unprofitable servants, but our reasonable servant is to be a sacrifice. But your work shall not be in vain. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. That's the beautiful thing about it. All right, you know.
Hey, that's why That's why we get so upset with our people. We be out there like, yo, we trying to let y'all know y'all the greatest people.
Exactly.
On the planet of the earth. We trying to let y'all know that the kingdom of heaven is promised to y'all. But they want to fight us and get rid of us, man.
You know what?
You know?
That's so spiritual because what did Morpheus say to Neo? He said, these people, we trying to unplug them, but they don't want to be unplugged. Basically, he was like, they so plugged in. I'm talking about they so plugged in with America, Babylon, that they will fight you to protect it. So that's why like Yahushua said, hey, if the world hates you, no one hated me before it hated you. Hated him first. Because he spoke about the evil and the works thereof. They didn't like that. That's why the scripture says they hated him that rebuketh in the gates. Yep. So the scripture say, hey, when they speak good of you, that's evil. But when they speak evil of you, that's good. Roughly paraphrasing. Because you following the footsteps of Yahweh Shema Shai. You carrying your cross. You following the royal order.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai had to sacrifice himself so he could be crowned.
Denied on this side.
Denied on this side. So what I say, I'm gonna lose every time on this side because I want to win on the other side.
Receive glory. That's right.
Because he been given the glory up there.
Yeah.
What thou will be done on earth as it is in
heaven.
So that
he get all the glory and praise
and it's gonna come down.
The 24 elders, the 24 elders, they always praising Yahweh Shai.
That's why I say store you up your
treasures in heaven.
Because why? We gonna reap. It's gonna come down.
It'll come back here. It's gonna manifest. So when His kingdom come, you store it up in heaven.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Hey, people, in church they just recite that. Thy kingdom come. But they say repetition, but they don't know. Like, yo, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, man.
So when His kingdom come, did not the scriptures in Revelation say that that Yahweh Shai had the crowns of all the kings of earth?
That's right.
That means he conquered them. How you gonna have your own kingdom on earth, which is your mansion, going back to John 14, and then you gonna so you mean to tell me how Shai gonna be at G20 summits with Putin?
Come on.
And Trump? Man, he taking everything over. Taking everything back over.
Wait, what it look like him coming out talking to Putin and asking what we gonna do, talking to Trump. This
is what we gonna do, man. Hey, listen, you know,
trying to reason.
You know what? How Shai gonna give him 25% terror? I speak as a man. No, he taking everything.
Yeah.
Every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall
confess.
Exactly. When you bow, that's when somebody bow down to you. That's when you bless.
That's it.
That's when you bless. Like the elder said, hey man, cause you got some Edomite out here bowing down to you. That ain't nothing. Man, wait till the elite start bowing down to you.
Right.
Until then, man, you still in hell, man. But you know what? We've been called to the royal order, so we're gonna rehearse the righteous acts until the law into our inward parts.
Esau using that against Jake now.
Mm-hmm.
They having articles. They got white people. Black hate group has white people bowing down to them.
Right.
They using that against us now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, wait, why would you want that on this side?
Can't do nothing.
I'm not saying
that's spiritual.
They off or whatnot. I mean, brothers, and I'm pretty sure brothers in GMS had it happened to brothers in GMS. But hey, we really want the glory when the kingdom comes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because we giving our honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. So those who hate us hate Yahweh Shema Shai, but those who bow, even if it's in vain, which it is to me, or regardless of whatever, it was prophesied. So you really honoring the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. And it said he was going to do it. So you really bound to him. But Esau carnal, he think he getting glory from everybody else. No, you bound to my power anyway. Whether you do it now or later, you going to bow. Because he's a prince, he's a king.
Hey, we've been putting authority through Yahweh Shema Shai to do this.
We giving the unction to know all things. Because we're the servants of the Lord. Because we know the secrets. Through the spirit and power. Right? Anybody going to figure this? All right. It's the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shai. We give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostle, Great Millstone. Washina Kabab, Nahazaponayam, Shalgadar Rakha, Washa Yasha Allah. All right, singing honor and salutation to all your sincere Akim, because of pushing virtue and sincerity. Kabayim, Lahab, Chayim, Achayim, Shah Yasha Allah, Wagadar Rakha. And peace and blessings also to the sincere men, women, and children that consist of the 1/3, all right? Go off like a ball.
Well, like a ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.